Welcome back to the Career Build Series Part 33. So in the last build we worked on the barge. I finished up the boat. That should be going out here pretty soon. So I came up with a name for it. So it's going to be Vrizo. It's Brizo. It's a Greek goddess. It's the goddess known as she's the protector of mariners, sailors, and fishermen. So I thought that was a good name for a rescue boat. So it's Vrizo. So that's going to be the name of our boat. So one thing I want to do is I want to be able to leave these craft out in the world, so I'm not taking them in and out of the workbench all the time. So in the last video we worked on the, I don't know what that was, okay, I know what that was going to now. We were working on the barge here. So what we're going to do here is I thought it would be kind of nice to put some moorings in. And so for anyone who doesn't know what a mooring is essentially, it's kind of like a permanent anchor. And that permanent anchor goes into the ocean, and you're able to tie your boats off to it so that it sits there in the water, and you can just come up to it and connect. So we want to leave some things like the barge in the water. So another benefit of this is so with in-game, a real anchor, it just hooks to the seabed, and you're set. These we need electricity going, so I thought it was going to be helpful to put down some moorings. So what we're going to do is, in this video, we'll try to quickly build just a fast crane that we can dump some moorings over the back. Now, if you're trying to move a crane sideways where the boat is narrow, the beam of the boat, you often have to put counterweights. But if you're trying to go forward backwards, you would have to tip the boat all the way up out of the water. So we're going to put just a rear lift crane. So people have been asking for some crane work. So put a crane in here, and we'll see how that works for us. And so I'm just going to try to dump some moorings. So I want to dump a mooring right outside, a couple moorings outside of our starter base here. I'm in my test world. So we're going to do this in test world, make sure it works before we bring it into the career world. And that way we can, test it all out, make sure it works. So let's go ahead and I'm going to just push this all the way down so I have some space for the crane. I'm trying to decide if I want to do permanent crane or not. I'm thinking probably do a temporary crane. Or at least something that can be removed. So I think what I'll do here is we already have the connectors for the container. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put some connectors in the back here. This way we can have a modular crane that where we can actually. I'm trying to decide how I want to create this. So I think what we'll do here is. I want to make it so that I can move it. So I think what I'll do is I'll add them right here, and then essentially these are just going to be some connection points. Let me, I don't want them that close because usually 2 blocks is my usual rule for alignment. I'm going to go a little bit further just because I don't want to be too close so that when we're putting a container there, they don't snap. And we can always delete them out for later. So added some block there. Let's go ahead and we'll go up 3. We'll put in the connectors here, like so, and we'll come across here. And so when this spawns, it will drop right onto those connectors and snap. And so this is just going to be kind of a modular crane where we can modularly attach to the barge, and that way we can. We can either have our crane attached or detached. So we're just going to make a frame to start with here. I'm just going to make a really simple crane. This could also be useful for in the future if we want to do some submarines, especially with the new update coming out. All right, so that's in. Let me see, maybe here. And then I'll go up a couple here. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do pivot. We'll do a power pivot. And we'll go like that. Yep, that's good there. And then I'm just going to do some bracing. So I'll do a 2x wedge here. And then on the front, I'll do 1x's. And drag it down like that. There we go. So we have our crane bracing there. Next thing we're going to do is we'll build the actual arms of the crane. Do I want it there or do I want it here? I think I'll put it here and I'll put bracing to kind of cover that. So let's go all the way to the roof where I can go to, and then we'll bring it down from there. So this is kind of going to be kind of like a little A-frame swing crane. So we'll bring it across like that. We'll merge these up. So now our two spots are merged. We'll go ahead and we want to be able to lay out a considerable amount of lines. So what I think I'm going to do is actually put a huge winch in the middle. That will give us the largest amount of cable length. So let's do winch. All right, so we're going to put a huge winch here. Perfect. didn't know it was going to fit, but it does fit perfectly. Okay, so that's going to be our main, when we send out some winch, that's going to be our main amount there. All right, so then what we want to do is I'm just going to cut a hole here, and I'm going to put in, let me see, I don't want it right there. Let me put that back, and then let me take the winch. It always shows the pipes of these, and I don't like that. So let's go like this. Okay, so that winch will be there. And then what we want to do is, let's actually move that back one. That's actually good where it is. That way we don't have to look at the pipe. Okay, good. So then what we want to do is I'm just going to take some, do some cross bracing here. Do 3 in the center, cross brace like that, and then I can actually delete out these here. And like that. And then we'll fully cross brace these out like that. All right, so now we have ourselves kind of an A-frame crane with a huge winch in the middle. So what we're going to do is we're going to put the two moorings probably about here. And then we'll tip the crane backwards. We'll lift them up. We'll put the moorings over the back. We'll tow it out with our boat. And then we can lower them all the way down. Kind of want to do it with the huge crane. That should work. It's not going to be beautiful, but we can. So once we get it down and we have slack, we can attach and we can hook it to the huge crane. That'll allow us to pay out, up to, I think it's, 400 meters? Let me look it up. 100 meters rather. That's 400 mass. 500 meters. So we can go 500 meters of rope. Probably don't need that. That's 100 meters of rope. That's pretty good there. Actually, I think I'm going to do that. Let's do that instead. We don't need we don't need that much mooring. We're not doing really deep operations here. So let's go like that, and then we'll put that at the top of the A-frame. So that's 100 meters. I think that's going to be more than enough cable to put out there. And that way we can kind of pay out enough cable that we have what we think we need. Okay. So there we go. So that's just our A-frame. So that's going to lift up our moorings, and that way we can, pay out 100 meters, and we'll have plenty of space to put a buoy on the end of that mooring, and then we can attach to the mooring. Okay, this didn't want to go there. Let me see. Just kind of doing a little bit of, decorating, making it look good. All right, so that's fine. We can cross brace it like that. Oh, do that. Try this. Okay, let's go like that. All right, so just a little bit of decorating here. All right. So, this doesn't need to be pretty. Just some cross bracing there. Kind of give it a little bit more realism. All right, so that's there. This is going to go down. So let's work on some micros. Let's do wedge here. I just want to cover that little spot there. I don't like that. All right, we'll work on that later. All right, so let's do a blank microcontroller. And then this is going to end up going down below. Just color it white. All right, so that will go there for now. Let's do this. Crane. Okay. Logic, we're going to need a composite input from the panel. Okay, then we need to do a number output. That's going to be the pivots. All right, then we need two outputs. That's going to be winch up, up, and this is going to be output winch down. All right, that's winch down. All right, so let's just increase this a little bit here. Oh, probably not that much. All right, and let's start working on this. All right, so we want to do pivots output. That's good. Pretty simple here. Pivots. All right, so we'll do 1 and 2 will be our 1 and 2 will be our pivot. Okay, that's going to go to an up-down counter. So that should be -1 and 1. All right, we'll make it 0.001. We don't want it very fast. Up, down, pivot. Okay, good. So that should be good and pretty simple there. Next, we want to do winch up and down. So we'll do 3 and 4. Okay, 3 and we'll do 4. Okay, 3 and 4 theoretically if I can click it. Okay, good. Winch up and winch down. All right, so that's hopefully going to be pretty simple. Let's update that. Let's start plugging it in. Let's go to winch up and winch down. Okay, electricity, I'll start plugging this. So we want to just go from, so these are connected to electricity. These should be, are they plugged in the battery? Let's see, are these plugged? Yep, these are plugged right into this battery here. Okay, so that's good. So we can pull off of this, and so as long as we connect across like this, we will be good on electricity here. Okay, so we're all plugged in there, and then we need to go up to the winch. Okay, so that should connect it. Just simple A-frame. And then let's spawn it. Okay, so our A-frame is connected here. Let's. Oh, I didn't hook up a panel. That won't work then, of course. So let's go. Where do we want? We don't want to. All right, so let's go. We don't want to interfere there too much. So let's just go. I don't want symmetry on. All right, make this a panel. All right, make this a panel. All right, and then this should be, let's turn it sideways so we can look at the work when we're doing it. All right, and we'll start working on this. So 1 is going to be, it's going to be arrow button. It's going to be left. That is winch, I'm sorry, that's arms in, A-frame in, or do arms in. Arms in. I'll make it a push. We want to hold it. 1, that's fine. 2 is going to be arrow button to the right. That's going to be arms out. Arms out. Push 2. This will be winch. I think it's up, but we can always change it if need be. Up, push 3. This is winch down. Inch down. Arrow button down, push 4. Okay, that's good. That's fine. Let's go logic, electricity, plug it. We will go composite to the box. Let's spawn that. That should hopefully work. All right, so we want to go arms out. Okay, so this is backwards. That's fine. We can reset the numbers. All right, so as you can see, we're able to tip. And it's a little bit on the short side, but it's not terrible. We can get over the edge. That works for me. So this just needs to be, the numbers just need to be reversed. Let's check, let's do this. Let's take, go to logic, rope. We'll take the rope, we'll hook it there. Oh, come on. All right, spawn it. All right. Now we're going to test, see if we can go in and out. So we want winch up. All right, so winch up is up, and winch down is down. Perfect. Okay, so we need to swap these out. All right, so let's do... These need to swap, so we'll just do that. Okay. All right, so that is done. That's fine. Okay. Winch speed, let's just double the winch speed. That way we can do it more quickly. All right, so that's good. Let's save this really quick as career barge crane. Okay, so just making it kind of quick and dirty here so we can get working on our moorings. So next thing we're going to do is going to make some moorings. So the name of the game with this weight blocks. So weight. Now we're going to make them gray, the color of where they disappear, where the blocks themselves disappear. We're just going to put them right here. So I'm just going to build. I want to put at least 2 out here, and then I want to go to the we'll go to the refinery and put them there. So we're going to go up like that. I'll delete these out, and then we'll just go like this. We'll cut, paste, clear. All right, and then now, as you can see, they're a separate section. Okay, good. So let's build some moorings. So what I want to do here is I'm going to put a friction. All right, friction pad on there. This is going to hopefully keep these from dragging too much. They're going to be heavy. They're probably not going to drag much anyways, but having friction on there should make it much harder for these to drag along the seabed. And then we'll put so we'll take some weight blocks and we'll kind of build this out a little bit. All right, so we'll just kind of start building these up. All right. All right, and those should hopefully be big enough and heavy enough to kind of stop us from having any issues. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some frictions all around here. That way, if they sit on the ground, they're less likely to move. Okay, and then we're going to put in, I don't want that. I want, let's go like that. All right. So these are just going to just kind of smoothen these a little bit. So these are just going to be, they don't have to be pretty. They're going to sit on the bottom of the ocean, but I'm going to make them a little prettier just to kind of make them a little bit attractive looking. All right. All right, so there we go. So we have our moorings in here. All right, so these are going to drop to the bottom of the ocean. They're both heavy, and they're going to be have friction blocks on them, so hopefully they won't drag much, if at all. They probably shouldn't drag just because of the weight, but like a lot of my stuff, I'm going to over-engineer it just so that it hopefully functions without error, because, you know, we have to drag them back up or, you know, leave them if we don't. So, okay, so let's go like that. All right, good. Next we're going to do is I'm going to delete the centers. I'm going to just grab some rope anchor here. And then I want this color, though. You know, again, they don't need to be pretty, but I'm going to make them a little bit pretty. Okay, so there we go. We have our rope. Anchors on there so we can attach. Next thing we want to do is we want to make some buoys. So I'm going to I'll make these orange to start with. Okay, so we'll go up 3 on the buoys. And then I'm just going to delete these. Cut, paste, clear, cut, paste, clear. Okay, now we can build our buoys. So these need to float. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do some wedges so I can get some buoyancy in here. Okay. All right, so we want to build a buoyant volume in here, and then we'll test them, see if they float. If they don't float, we can always swim down. I'll put some scuba gear on, and we can go down and get them. All right, so we're gonna do some tricksy Hobbit stuff here to try to get this to work right. And so we need to make these a little bit on the big side, just so that we have plenty of buoyant volume. Okay. All right, we might run into a little bit of a space issue here, but should be able to figure it out. Oh, get out of there, you. Okay. And we do have symmetry on, so we're building on both sides. So there's going to be nice buoyant volumes here to keep these floating nicely. And it's also, they're nice and big and they're orange so that you can see them from a distance. I'm also going to put some solar on here and some lights just so that they have a light so they're easy to find at night. And yeah, so that'll keep them good there. All right. All right, trying to build as fast as I can so this doesn't drag out for you. All right, good. So let's start deleting off these helper blocks here. Just putting some helper blocks on there so I can put things where I want them. All right, so as you can see, we have some open channels. So what we're going to do here is we're going to start filling them in. Excuse me there, don't do that. See how I want to add these in. Let's put, we're starting to run into space problems here. That's fine. I'm going to make them I'll make them square here. We don't need that much buoyant volume, so let's actually delete that. That would be deleted there. So we have plenty of buoyancy, I think, on these. And then we will go like that there, and then we'll build. Okay. Like, okay, I did build one more this way. Okay. Did I do that like that? Okay, that's 3 across like that. Okay, I did put one here. Okay, it doesn't like being that close to the wall for some reason. Alright, what's up with this? Alright, so we'll do flat corners like that. And that's going to be, what's that going to have? That's going to have an inverse pyramid there. Okay, there we go. So we're kind of figuring out the angles here. This doesn't need to be perfect. It just needs to be buoyant. Again, you know, we're not building something that's supposed to be really good looking. They're going to be buoys. So I'm going to put some 45s in there just to increase the buoyant volume in there. And this is not symmetrical. Okay, let's go like this. Let's go like this. Make these symmetrical. Okay, that's good. So that's going to be our buoy. And then we can kind of make this work down here. Okay. All right. All right. And then this will be a wedge. Wedge. Yeah, it's kind of tough right here. Yeah, I could have built these in the center and had some more space to work with, but I'm just kind of trying to put them where they're going to go so I don't have to move them. And that way, you know, we can just go set sail and drop them. You know, these first set, these are going to be tests. They're going to be a test set, so they're going to be kind of, you know, where we want them to be here, and then we'll test them. And then if they function well, we can go drop over at, you know, the The refinery. Okay, so that's good. So as you can see, that's all open in there. We have plenty of buoyant volume, so we can actually delete a bunch here because we don't need that much in there. Okay, that's sky. We need that. That's sky. We need that. Okay, so that's set. Let's just build the bottom, and we'll be done with this. Okay. Well, let's build the corners. We'll do all 4 corners first, and then we'll just throw some slope blocks in there. Some inclines. All right. All right, good. So this is getting us finishing up here nicely. All right, so the more air volume you can have, the more buoyancy you're going to have. All right, so that's why I'm using these. They're lighter. Again, so before when we're building the weights, the moorings themselves, we wanted them heavy, so they stick at the bottom of the ocean. They are not easily moved. And then these, we want them as light and as much buoyancy. So we're actually going to use these wedges here. That's going to give us even more buoyancy. All right, so good. And then put a wedge here. All right, and so we have 2 buoys here. All right, so those are our buoys. They're a little bit on the big side, but that's good so that we can have plenty of space. All right, so how do I want to hook to these? So I want to put in the center. We can actually, let's go like this. Let's make this even more buoyant. So those are all full blocks. Let's go ahead and put these these wedges in there, and then I have to kind of. So what I'm going to do here to trick this is I'm going to put a full block here, put a wedge, and then I'll just delete this out here and go back to. I'm actually going to delete that. We should have plenty of buoyancy on this, so I'm going to kind of slope it again. Again, just a little bit of detailing just goes a long way, make it a little bit nicer. Okay, good. So we have a couple buoys. Center of the buoy here, I'm going to add a pipe that's black. All right, up. I'm going to go up on the pipe here. That's pretty good height there. And on there, I'm going to put a light. I don't know what color buoys usually have for lights. Actually, I want orange for the light. I can color these lights. Let me check it. I think they're red. All right, buoy lights. Let's see, what do they have? Okay, the color of the light generally reflects its meaning. A green port hand buoy has a green light, red starboard. Okay, so that's normal. That's in and out buoys. Let's see, mooring buoy color. Mooring buoy color. Okay. Mooring buoys are white with blue horizontal band. Okay, so I'll change the colors. Okay, mooring buoy light color. Okay. White and blue horizontal. I do not see the light, so I'm just going to put a. I know that white is anchor. I'm going to put a red light on there. If it's wrong, I'll live with it. It's not the end of the world. Okay, so these are going to change color. So I will go. I know a little bit of pedantry on my part, but that's what I do. They're kind of on the bright side. That's overly bright. That's the color I think I'm seeing online. Okay, so that's good. Let's go white. There's good. Let's go blue like that. Let's go white in between. So these are going to be proper mooring colors going in. Okay, good. So that is that color. Let's go white on top. And then they have a blue stripe. I think they're, let me just double check the color. Yeah, they're white all the way around pretty much, and then they have a blue stripe. So that should be good. So let's go white. Different colored buoys mean different things, so I was just making them easy, visible to see, but I want them to be kind of accurate. I know I was a little picky, but that's me. All right. it's the little details I find makes it, fun. Is actually kind of, I'm learning something as I'm going, and it's kind of fun little details. Okay. Makes it so I have to do everything twice, but it's not the end of the world. Alright, so that's painted there, and then I'm going to take the blue, and this blue goes in this as a stripe. So there's my proper mooring buoy colors. Alright, I couldn't remember. We had a mooring when I was a kid, and I couldn't remember what color it was, what the color of the buoy was. Okay, symmetry is excellent. Okay, good. Alright, so there are our mooring buoys. And then I want to place a way to pick it up easily, so I'm just going to go here and here, and we'll do rope anchors. And then that's white we'll do. Alright, and then this should attach here. Alright, good. And then what I'm going to do, I was going to say, I don't think I have anything orange anywhere else. No, I don't. Okay, so what I'm going to do is the dreaded, the paint swap, the replace color can be annoying if you're not sure of what you're doing. Okay, so that's good. So we have that, and then we want to put a rope anchor in the bottom to connect to the, which I hope these are high enough. I don't want to have to move them. Okay, I think that should be plenty. Okay, yeah, beautiful. Okay, so that way we can connect. So we have two buoys, and we have two buoys and two moorings here. That's going to kind of be our our start. And then we'll do solar. Okay, solar panels are a little on the expensive side, but they I just need to keep the batteries topped to run that light. And of course, that's not facing the same way, so that's going to bug me. Okay, good. So I don't know how much, solar's a little excessive, but let's see what the price on the whole launch is going to be. We have 100-something thousand, so we can burn plenty of money. Once you figure out good ways to make money, it's not a big deal. So yeah, 27,000, that's not bad. Okay, so now we need a battery. Okay, battery. Oh, I'm hitting buttons here that I don't mean to. Okay, good. All right, so the battery will go in, okay, like that. Okay, that's good. So let's go right there. I will take this, cut it. Okay, we'll go in with the battery. Okay, grab the right one. Thank you. Okay, paste it there. And we'll merge it. Okay, so I need a helper block here. Okay. Alright, so now we'll do this side. Did it put it in? I doubt it did. Okay. Nope. Okay, that's fine. So where did I put it? I put it outside. Okay, there. So let's do this without the symmetry on. Okay, battery right here. I'm just going to stick it here for now and then cut it, and we'll paste it. Helper block here. Merge it, and we'll delete the helpers. All right, we're back to symmetry again. All right, so now we need to hook the electricity here from our battery to our solar panels and then to our light. All right, battery, solar panels, light, and then I need to delete out another block here. We'll go bottom again. We'll go the side where the battery is not, which is there. We'll do a constant on. I was going to make this more complicated. I don't really think I need to do that. I was going to make it so they only come on at night, but I think I'm just going to do a constant on. Again, I don't have to snap a microcontroller in there for no good reason. Okay, what just happened? Why did that do that? Okay, I was over the button and I clicked to launch it. Okay. So we will go like this. We'll go inside. Actually, here, let's do this. Okay. Maybe not. All right, let's put a helper block in there. Let's go helper block right there. Constant on. delete our helper blocks. Symmetry is on, so that should be on the other side too. Undo that. Okay, I'll go logic. Constant on, we'll go to the light. Constant on, we'll go to the light. Make sure the electricity is flowing. It is. Alrighty, so those should be ready. Do we have rope on here? We have hoses. We need rope. So we need at least 2 ropes. We have 1 going already. Let's just do this. Let's go logic. Let's go rope. Let's go from this this one here to here. That will give us a rope. All right, let's save this as career barge crane. Let's overwrite that. Let's load in our new boat. So the new boat, I gave a name. It's Frizo. Can't remember if I told everybody what it means. Anyways, it's a Greek goddess who's known for protector mariners, sailors, and fishermen. So that is a good name for our rescue boat. Is Vrizo. It's spelled B-R-I-Z-O. Let's go ahead and we'll start up. So this is pretty much ready for release. I need to make the tutorials, and I need to make the tutorial videos. I need to make a workshop page and everything else. So, all right. So let's park that there, and let's jump. All right. So let's go and we'll launch the barge. I'm going to put a couple mooring balls out here. We're not going to put them too close. We want to put them pretty much. I'm going to use the full 100 meters of line. So we have a good area. So we need 100 meters of clear space, but it's going to give us some mooring areas so that we can do that. So we have plenty. We should have plenty of money to launch this career barge crane. Spawn, and let's see what we have left for money. I can't see it. Oh, we're in test. All right, let's test it anyways. It's better to test it and figure out any problems, and then we'll go. I don't know why this is listing a hair to starboard. I'm not sure what's up with that. So I gotta look at that at some point. The center of gravity is right in the middle too. I don't know what's up with that. Okay. Okay. All right. So let's grab a rope. All right, so we're going to probably end up seeing this twice just because I'm going to do a quick test. I just want to make sure the test works before we end up out there. I want to make sure infinite electricity is off so we can make sure everything works to do this. Nothing's like getting out there in the career and then realizing that something's not working. And it's kind of a pain, so. All right, so just going to slowly go on out. I want to kind of shoot to the left there, so let's go to port. Let's go 150 on the heading hold. I don't have any sort of depth reading. I could actually probably put depth under the heading, but it's a little bit crowded there. All right. All right, so we're towing our mooring barge out. So this is nice and shallow anyway, so we kind of want to get it where we're reasonably close so that I can, that's probably good right here. Let's call it right here. All right. And then I'm going to jump off, go ahead and jump onto the barge. So, you know, I don't know if you saw it, but I put these kind of phony ladders on here. The ladders require 3 spaces around them. Oh, going under. Don't want to drown in a regular career save doing that. So this is a good test for these phony ladders because putting regular ladders on there can be, they take up 3 spaces on either side. And so you can't launch that. I have no space on either side. Okay, so let's work this up here. So what we want to do is, first thing we're going to do is we're going to take the rope. Okay, excuse me. Give me the rope, please. Thank you. Hook it there. All right, we're going to raise the winch. Oh my God, what is going on here? Friction block hell is what is going on here. Again, this is why we test it. These are apparently on the same, yep, because these are probably going to be connected, so we need to disconnect them. All right, perfect, good to know. All right, let's look at the colors. Yep, see these are the same color, these are different colors. That's why they're moving as a single unit. So that was good to find out. Again, the reason why we're doing this in our test world first. I might push the moorings, the actual mooring drop in our career to the next one. So this will be kind of a build video, I think. So let's go cut, paste, clear. Let's look at them. As you can see, they're all different colors now. We're in business. Nothing's colliding, nothing's touching. Okay, so that's fine. Again, it's nice being in the test world. I can fly. Also, this will allow me to see if this is a good spot, and we can test the whole space. So let's just go ahead and we'll reverse back. If you didn't see, I changed the control scheme on this boat. So WS controls the port. If it's synced, that also controls the starboard. And then if they're desynced, up-down controls the starboard screw. So that's given us good control here. We're actually looking over my left shoulder in game. As you can see, it's, you know, because we can't do third person in career, which I love. I think you get reliant on third person too much, and you know, one of the things in real life is, you know, I've been an equipment operator my whole life, and so the you know, one thing, you start to get really good at perceiving where things are even when you're blind. Like, I can't, you know, in a tractor, I can't see where my bumper is, but I can get within, you know, inches or less of something because you just get so used to it. And so it's kind of nice to kind of become one with your machine. And so I like being in first person and kind of experiencing it like you would. Okay, let's go. We lost a rope. Not the end of the world. Winch. Out. Alright, let's go forward. W. I keep hitting the 1-2 keys because that's what it used to be. Alright, what's going on, why it was causing us problems was I have the heading hold on. That's why it was steering funky when we were going backwards. Alright, so that's actually good. I'm not going to pay out a ton of line. Alright, as you can see, I only have 2 bars of thrust on, and we're going 9 knots, so, you know, this works as a good towboat. You know, it has 2 10-cylinders in there, so it's pretty nice and big. Alright, so we're going to drop our first mooring probably here. You know, we're a good distance from the shore. We're just testing too, so we don't need to be. All right, so I'm getting off my boat. I'm gonna start the APU so that it generates electricity while it's sitting there. We learned our lesson before with running out of electricity. So we'll put moorings in a different video for our career save. I'll make this just the building and testing phase. So these aren't perfect because they're up too high. I think I should add some, make them come down more. So again, you learn a lot with your career saves of what you need to do to make something functional. Okay. So instead of struggling with that, I'm going to fly in, and that's something we can put on our to-do list. All right, so now let's try this again with these actually disconnected from one another. So they were one unit. That's why we're having problems. All right, so let's attach our rope. Let's go up. This is way too fast. Okay, that's good to know. Let's put our mooring ball over the edge. Alright, just barely probably going to make it. Over. Alright, let's start paying out some line. Okay, it's in the water. We're going to pay out 100% of the line, so I really wish I had made these, toggles, but I did not, alas. Alright, I might have to put winches on these too, because I'm thinking I might have to put winches on the bottom because they're not going to pay out enough line. I think as the mooring ball gets closer, it's going to automatically retract, so that's something to think about. Okay, so that's in the bottom. Let's see if I can hook it to the bottom. I could try to rehook it at some point too. So yeah, I think that just actually shrunk my cable length for me. So can I see the bottom? I can't, so that's fine. I can do it in the water. So I'm going to hook one line there. I'm going to grab this rope here, and I'm going to hook the rope here. We'll test putting in a mooring ball. Okay, if you could just jump for me, I would really appreciate that. Okay, let's go like this instead. Let's hook it here first, and then hook it there. It's gonna be annoying. Yeah, the auto recoil on these. You know, I understand why they did it, but it's kind of annoying at times. Okay, so let's go up. Take it easy. Take it easy there. Take it easy. All right, so as you can see, it's connected to the mooring ball on the other side. All right, so let's go down. Okay, so that's in the water. So let's do a little bit of diving. We're in our all right, so that's fine. That's doing this. So what we want to do is we want to look at the cable going down. We're going to grab it, and we're going to put it on the bottom. Theoretically, if I can get to it. So yeah, I can kind of see some of the issues with us getting distance. So we're probably going to have to put a winch on these. All right, so that's done. Let's detach this, and we want to make sure they float properly. So we're going to move up just a hair, and we want to see if these float right. Might have to make them taller. W a little bit. All right, let's pull away. Okay, let's check on it. I'm just going to fly for now. All right, so that works pretty well. As you can see, yeah, it did retract the line on us a little bit. Yeah, I'd have to put a winch on, most likely on the buoy. And I'd have to run out, you know, essentially just let it run out all the way and then leave it out. Because I think if there's a winch on there, it won't automatically retract. But, you know, so anyway, so we have a mooring ball out here. Lights on. I'm going to put a blinker on there, I think. But as you can see, there's our mooring ball. And then, so say, for example, what we would do is we would... I have a rope on me, so let me store this rope. Alright, so it's good that we're just testing this out. I can already kind of see the problems, and we can fix that later. I keep hitting the 1 key thinking that's going to drive me. It's always tough when you change how you operate something. All right, let's desync. I'm gonna kind of work my I'm gonna do a little asymmetrical thrust here to turn more tightly. So if I want to turn faster and I don't mind going forwards, I can go full on the starboard screw. What is going on? Why am I not? Oh, heading hold. I have the heading hold still on. It's fighting me the whole time. Okay, there we go. I was like, why am I not turning? It was the heading holds on. Should be turning really fast, and I'm not. So. All right, so as you can see, I'm manually controlling my screws. Okay. So I kind of like manually controlling them. All right, so we come up to our mooring ball here. And then we take our, so we could come here, and we would, you know, IRL, you grab the, it's not supposed to fall in, but as long as it's close like this, you can, you know, that long stock, you know, when we go sailing, we'd actually grab the stock of it, and then you can go and you can tie off. And so now we're tied off to the mooring ball, as you can see. And so let's turn on wind. Let's just go 100% wind. And so hopefully with 100% wind on, this is going to, you know, be able to anchor us. So there we go. That's a good test right there. Yep. So as you can see, it's it is lifting it. So that's good to see. So they're not heavy enough. So that's something to think about. So as you can see, with 100% wind, that's going to let us drift. So we need bigger mooring anchors. See, the frictions are helping, but the problem is once it gets out of, you know, off the ground, it's not enough. So actually, as you can see, the barge is already almost all the way back of the island, and the boat is you know, is trailing behind it quite a bit because it is doing something. It's just it's a little on the light side. So I think I'm going to have to make those a lot bigger. You see how easily the crane just lifted it right up. So that's All right, so that's something we'll do in our career. We'll work on that next time, and we'll work on that next time. We'll improve these, and so we essentially want a mooring that will allow us to have a, be able to do that. So also, what I think I'll do is I'll probably move this top section up too, and make that mooring ball even bigger. That will give us more buoyancy. Yeah, that will give us more buoyancy. So hopefully that isn't. It's not terrible that it's that far in the water. The solar probably still works. You know, it's not bad. We can see it, so it's not terrible. I might go up 1 or 2 more blocks. I'll just cut all this, move it up 2, and then put that in. Probably add a blinker on the light. Definitely need to make these bigger and heavier. So I don't know what the mass is on these, but we'll make them bigger. I'll actually make them off the boat, and then I'll just drop them on the barge. That way we don't have as much space constraints. But it was a good little test, as you can see. It's nice and easy. I can walk along the rail here, and I can easily connect to it. I really should put some sort of anchor up front, but so as you can see, we can put a permanent mooring here for our boat. Leave the boat, go out up to shore here. We can leave the barge moored. That way they can kind of stay in the world. All right, so that's good. I think that was productive. This can be cleaned up. This can be returned to the workbench. And I want to save that. So I'll make notes on what we need to do on this. And then that way, in the next video, hopefully we can finish this. And then do a quick test and then put it in the world. And then that will be good. All right, so thank you for watching.